Back on the Stallions Broadcast Network. Thanks for sticking with us through technical difficulties tonight as Rich Drewby heads out to the mound to talk to Jack Walker. Just drew a wild pitch to advance Jake Reiner to second. So it's bottom four. Score is 1-0 Saugerties. Counts 1-0, one away, as Rich Drewby makes his way out to the mound to talk to Jack Walker. I'm Jake Starr, joined alongside by John Gross once again.
Yeah, fortunately technology, happens. For some reason, our normal streaming software kept freezing up. Hopefully this works, and again, we appreciate you sticking with us. Trying a new software.
Kai Roberts to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. His team leading 43rd punch out of the season. Walker in a little bit of trouble here. If the runner on second, that's Jake Reiner. Still one away in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Start to wonder how much longer Rich Drewby will keep Walker in this game. Obviously, he's been pretty good tonight. Worked out of a couple of jams, most notably a bases loaded one in the second. But obviously, he's been pretty much a reliever this year. The one game he started, he didn't go deep in, so not sure how long Rich Drewby plans on pushing Walker tonight. The 2-0 pitch.
For the Stallions, and so we'll have to see how deep he wants to go into the bullpen. Would love, obviously, if Jack Walker can finish out this inning, maybe give you another one, but otherwise probably not going to give you a ton more than this.
2-1 pitch, swung on and missed upstairs by Kai Roberts. 2-2 to him, and obviously Roberts, we said the team leader in strikeouts. A strikeout here from Walker would be big from him. Get his second out of the inning and allow the Stallions to see themselves out of this bottom of the fourth inning and hopefully keep the score in 1-0 Saugerties. 12 counts full.
The ground ball double play into the equation, but you still want to pitch in the zone. You want to make Roberts earn it. He's a guy who strikes out a lot. In fact, more than anybody else in the PGCBL.
Jack Walker takes a deep breath, looks into Max Morris, the catcher from St. Thomas, gets his sign. Checks back Reiner at second, holds the glove above the letters. Here's the full count pitch. That one hit hard foul left side. And out of play, count remains full. 1 out, bottom four. Stallions still lead at 1-0, but trying to keep it that way as Jake Reiner leads off second. Reiner at second. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 4. Nice job by Morris.
You're about to face the bottom of this order. You're about to face a few guys who have struggled to hit this year. Pitched up in the zone, make them hit it. Try to get a ground ball double play this year.
24 double plays turned this season for the Stallions. This will be a big spot for number 25. Jake Reiner cut off at third, and what a lucky bounce for the Stallions for the second out of the inning. Kai Roberts does advance to second. Wow.
Amazing. And it was a lucky bounce, but the presence of mind by Max Morris to then turn and make that throw to third, to have faith in his arm, amazing. And that is a huge, huge second out.
Now go down in there for a called strike. It's 1-1 to Hunter McLean. So now Roberts leads off second after a big second out. Walker looking to escape another jam here in the bottom of the fourth. And 4 tonight. Walker's 1 strike away from strikeout number 5 and getting out of this fourth.
Yeah, none would be bigger than this. He's gotten out of some jams, got out of a bases-loaded situation, trying to finish out the fourth inning with again keeping Amsterdam off the scoreboard.
1-2 outs, bottom 4. Stallions lead by 1. Randall has left on base as Jack Walker escapes a bit of a jam here. Stallions lead 1-0. We'll head to the 5th on the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hit high and hard. Home plate umpire Mark Irish called it a fair ball. Just snuck over the fair pole down the left field line. And Jack Renwick launches his first home run of the season. And it's a big one to put the Stallions up 2-0 here in the top half of the 5th.
Absolutely massive, doubling up weeks. Seen a lot more playing time and gives the Stallions a little bit more of a cushion with that long ball, taking that short porch in left to his advantage.
brings Colin Mackel to the plate now. The Stallions leading it 2-0. Here's the first pitch from Patton. Misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The Stallions up 2-0. Obviously would love to have more. But a lead here over Amsterdam, a team that they've struggled with this year, is massive so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mackel. Fouls that one back foul. Just misses Jarrett Brown on the on-deck circle. Makes the count 1-1 now to Colin Mackel.
How about this? The Stallions facing a guy in Patton, his ERA just 2.21 of the year, already 2 runs on him through 4+ innings. Trying to build off of that. But a really good start. Seeing some nice production at the plate. Of course, Walker 4 shutout innings on the mound.
1-1 pitch, fouled back to the left side. Over the Stallions dugout, makes the count 1-2. Mackel struggling on the season, 169. Couple home runs, 16 runs driven in. Down in the count 1-2 to Cole Patton. Patton the righty, here's the 1-2. That one's hit high foul over our vantage point behind home plate, 1-2. And, you know, back to that Jack Renwick home run real quick, John. That was just one where took advantage of that short porch.
Yep, absolutely. And it's a high wall out there, but again, it's short. It's 280 down the line, and he cleared it. But it was just a pretty well hit ball. Took advantage of a pitch he can drive and sent it out of the ballpark.
Counts 1-2 to Mackel. Here's the pitch. Down for a ball, makes it 2-2. Obviously, the Stallions, if they win this game, will obviously be huge. They're pretty much out of it in terms of winning the Eastern Division, but they still can get a 2 seed in a first-round bye, and a win tonight will be big for that. The 2-2 pitch, trying to check his swing, was Mackel. Going to check towards first. Doug Mooney, the field umpire, when it runs the count full. 3-2 now to Colin Mackel.
Good take, and we'll take a quick look around the PGCBL. Jamestown is losing right now.
Season. Now the Mohawks have it locked up. It'll move to Jamestown. The 3-2 pitch went down low, and swinging and missing at that one is Colin Mackel. 7 strikeout tonight for Cole Patton. Brings Jarrett Brown to the plate. 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Stallions lead at 2-0.
Yeah, just a good sequence from Cole Patton on the 3-2 pitch. Went breaking ball. You're probably expecting a fastball. He doesn't want to walk anybody. Instead, he does go breaking ball. And this team had found out just literally like a week or 2 before the season started. He was coming up to Saugerties and has been a key piece of the Stallions' success this year.
Counts 0-2 to Morris. Patton checks back at the runner. Brown at second. Here's the pitch. Misses inside for a ball. Backing himself out of the way of that one as Morris makes the count 1-2 to him.
And Morris slided up a bit in the lineup. Has been hitting 10th last few games. Now hitting 7th. And this is why. They want to see him get more at-bats. He has produced well. Now he has a runner on base. Can he bring home Jarrett Brown?
Morris, 368 on the season. Has already driven in 9 runs. Very limited action as Patton steps off and back on again. Trying to get on the same page as his catcher, Jackson Finney. Brown leads off second, 1 away here in the 5th. Here's the 1-2. Curveball just misses upstairs, according to the home plate umpire, Mark Irish. Cole Patton thought that was strike 3, but Irish disagreed. Makes the count 2-2 now to Morris, 1 away. Patton again set just above the belt. Here's the 2-2. Gets away from the catcher, Finney. Easily moving in the 3rd, standing up is going to be Jarrett Brown. He's going to advance on a wild pitch by the pitcher, Patton. And with 1 out, the 3rd run of the night is just 90 feet away for the Stallions.
That opens up a few more possibilities of driving home the run. First of all, a wild pitch or a pass ball, like we just saw, will bring home a run. Number 2, you could have a hard ground ball, though the infield comes in. Or you can have a sacrifice fly out. So Morris has options, has a full count, probably going to get something good. We'll see if he could drive with 1 away.
As you said, John, infield up with only 1 away, and the runner Brown on 3rd. 3-2 the count to Morris. Patton gets the sign from Finney. Here's the pitch. Curveball, high chopper towards 3rd. Picked on a short hat by Armitage, throws to 1st. It's going to be in time, but it doesn't matter in terms of the run. The run scores, and it's an RBI ground out for Max Morris, his 10th RBI of the season, and the Stallions lead at 3-0 here in the top of the 5th.
Production, that's it. We said by getting him over to 3rd base, that opens up the door for a couple more things to happen to bring home the run. One of them being a ground ball, and even with the infields in, Jarrett Brown got a good enough jump off of 3rd that it would have been a tough throw for Armitage to make. didn't have faith in his arm to get it home in time and took the out instead.
Brings Caden Kendall to the plate. 2 down, bases now cleared in the 5th. Here's the first pitch. Down for a ball, 1-0. And that's a disadvantage of having a turf infield, John. On dirt, that probably stays low and gets to the third baseman Armitage faster. But on turf, it takes a bigger hop. And he fielded it nicely on a short hop but had no play at home as Brown was off on the swing. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Called for a strike to Kendall, makes the count 1-1. 2 away here in the 5th.
Yeah, certainly to you if you sit back on them.
58th pitch of the night from Patton. Line to right field, right at the right fielder Funk, who had to take a couple steps in and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits, featured by a home run by Jack Renwick to lead off the inning. Stallions strand none. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Saugerties leads it 3-0. Tell us how Weiner's called to the bullpen for the Stallion. Robbie Armitage, the 8-hitter for Amsterdam, to lead things off against Michael Stanford here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch by him is fouled off to the right side. Makes the count 0-1 to Armitage.
Yeah, quality start by Jack Walker tonight. Did a really good job. 4 shutout innings, just his 2nd start of the year. Impressive stuff from the lefty.
Armitage 1 for 1 tonight, had a single back in the 2nd inning. Stanford works on the windup and deals the 1-0. 0-1, excuse me. Was in the dirt. And they're going to say Armitage could not hold up his swing. Makes the count 0-2. So Stanford quickly ahead on the count to Armitage. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Went inside of the fastball. They're going to say no swing. Makes the count 1-2.
Stanford guy who, great personality, really nice guy, been a nice addition to this team. He's pitched well for him.
Ready out of UC Irvine. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. Ball was down in the dirt. Morris applies a tag to Armitage. It's the first Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union strikeout tonight for Michael Stanford here in the 5th. It'll bring Jackson Finney to the plate with 1 away.
And as Finney digs in, 2 outs away from another shutdown inning. Scored in the top of the 2nd, kept Amsterdam off the board, scored 2 more in the top of this 5th. Looking to do the same.
First pitch to Jackson Finney is a curveball, misses. This is the bunt. Going to second is Finney. The throw by Moore. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Top 6, Stallions lead at 3-0. I'm Jake Starr, joined alongside by John Gross here in Amsterdam, New York, for a matchup between the Stallions and the Mohawks, the 1st and 2nd place teams respectively in the PGCBL Eastern Division. Albert Jennings leads things off. First pitch from Cole Patton, who's back out for another inning of work. Is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Counts 0-1 to Jennings.
And a good chance for the Stallions to build on this 3-0 advantage. Ready off to a really good start at the plate.
Patton, who's been working from the stretch all night, deals the 0-1. Gets the outside corner again for a called strike. It's 0-2.
Jake, I think the difference between tonight's game against Amsterdam and previous games against Amsterdam, the Stallions have gotten guys on base and they've been able to move them around. That's been their Achilles heel when they play the Mohawks. Not tonight, though.
0-2 pitch is grounded towards short. Evelyn fields it towards his right. Low throw towards first. Picked out by Reiner. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring us back to the top of the lineup. To Josh Stevenson here, top 6, 3-0 Stallions.
Stevenson's 0 for 2. Trying to keep this hitting streak going. He's at 6 right now. And man, what a turnaround. Not to say he was not a good hitter at the beginning of this year. Started off a little slow, but then really turned things around. And he is going to be so good at LSU. And probably beyond that as well.
Super excited to see what Stevenson does here in Baton Rouge. The first pitch to him is grounded sharply towards first. Reiner has it, flips to the pitcher Patton, who covers the bag, and that's the second out of the inning. A quick one, 3-1 on the putout. And that'll bring Noah Berghammer to the plate with 2 down here in the top of the 6th.
Couple quick outs. It would be nice to see Berghammer work some pitches from Patton, a guy who's probably near the end of his day. Try to chase him out as soon as he can. The Stallions have found some success against him, but he still is a really good pitcher.
Some light action currently going in the Amsterdam bullpen. So we'll see how much longer Cole Patton is stretched out tonight. Keith Griffin, notably this season, has not pushed his pitchers much past 5 or 6 innings. Here's the first pitch to Berghammer, down low for a ball. It's 1-0 to him. Berghammer's 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out swinging the first, grounded out the third, his last time up in the 4th. Playing second base tonight, the infielder out of Minnesota University, a Golden Gopher. Patton delivers with the 1-0. Berghammer, when chasing after a pitch in the dirt, makes the count 1-1 to him, still 2 away.
Got Kip Fugers on deck. Again, hitting third tonight, just trying to maximize the amount of at-bats that he can get.
Deep breath from Berghammer, kind of shrugs his shoulders a little bit. We said we'd like to see him work some pitches here. Cole Patton at 67 pitches so far tonight through 5 2/3. Set at the belt, deals the 1-1. And there on the outside corner for a called strike to Berghammer, it's 1-2.
It's kind of crazy to think about that. When he completes this inning, he'll probably be around 10 or so pitches an inning on average, which is nothing. The Stallions still lead 3-0. They found some success against him. But Keith Griffin, no reason to pull your guy if he hasn't pitched a ton.
Patton shakes a couple signs off from Finney, the catcher. Here's the 1-2 to Berghammer, down low for a ball, evens the count of 2 apiece. 2-2, 2 outs. Top 6 bases are cleared. Stallions lead at 3-0. 3 runs on 5 hits. Amsterdam, no runs on 3 hits. Saugerties looking for a big win over their division rival, the Mohawks. Saugerties 24-11 on the season. Just a half game back of Jamestown for second place in the league. Here's the 2-2. Berghammer fouls that one back towards a couple of Amsterdam pitchers sitting there with the radar gun. Knocked one of their water bottles off the ledge in front of them.
But this is what we want to see from Berghammer. Work some pitches, foul a few pitches off, force Patton to really work through at-bats. There's the positives and negatives of attacking early in at-bats like the Stallions have been doing tonight in the last couple of games. One of the negatives is a lower pitch count for the pitcher. So it's good to see Berghammer battle and try to extend Patton.
The 2-2 pitch. Berghammer fouls that one to the right side over the Amsterdam dugout. We'll do it again at 2-2, 2 outs. Berghammer, team leading 345 so far on the season. 11 runs scored, 8 runs driven in. Not a power hitter is Berghammer, more of a contact singles hitter.
Yeah, no extra base hits this season.
Patton steps off. Count remains 2-2.
Which is pretty remarkable. He's played a decent amount this year. A really good hitter, hitting 345, but they've been all singles.
The infielder out of Minnesota back into the right-handed batter's box. And Patton, looks like there's some confusion with the catcher Finney on what the signs are, or what they want to throw to Berghammer here. There's nobody on base, so the signs are fairly simple. So not sure what the confusion is there between Patton and his catcher Finney.
Well, it's a big pitch, big at bat. You don't want to let Fugers step up to the plate. Amsterdam knows how potent of a batter he can be. Probably the end of the line for Patton is this 6th inning.
2-2, 2 outs. Stallions lead 3-0. Here's the pitch from Patton. Upstairs for a ball, runs the count full.
Just a great at bat. Fouling off a few 2-strike pitches, battling back after chasing a pitch early in this at bat. Watches that pitch high. Now waits a full count.
Kip Fugers awaits on deck if Noah Berghammer can reach here. Full count, 2 outs. The payoff pitch from Patton. Hit towards first as a dribbler, fielded by Reiner. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for the Stallions. They still lead at 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. Stallions Baseball and the Stallions Broadcast Network brought to you by Efros Orthodontics, the smile provider for the Stallions. Gristmill Realty, looking to sell? List with Gristmill. Halter Associates Realty, make the right move with Halter. Hell's Mutual Realty and Insurance Runs, the sponsor of insurance runs for the Stallions. I'm at View Inc., independent medical review, world-class results, and local connections. IXL Health and Fitness, keeping the Stallions fit all season long. J. Mullins and Sons Inc., masonry, excavation, building, and a whole lot more. And Jim Howick Seamless Gutters. Protect your home with Jim Howick. Bottom of the 6th inning, Stallions lead it 3-0 over the Amsterdam Mohawks. Jake Starr, John Gross bring you to call here on the Stallions Broadcast Network on a beautiful Saturday night here at Shuttleworth Park. As the top of the lineup is due up, 3rd time through for Amsterdam tonight. Matt Shaw leads things off. First pitch from Michael Stanford is hit high. Just beyond the infield is the third baseman Renwick. Makes the call and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. And the most dangerous hitter in Shaw and Amsterdam is 0 for 3 tonight.
Jake, that thing had hang time like a punt from an All-American punter. That was up there for like 5 or 6 seconds. Renwick sat under it. It is cloudy, so that ball can sometimes blend into the clouds, but did a great job to get under it and make the catch.
Brett Coker to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Stanford, swung on a miss. Strike number 1 to him.
Way off on that swing. Nowhere close.
Michael Stanford working quickly. The 0-1 pitch is down for a ball. 1-1 to Brett Coker. Coker, 325 on the season, 3 home runs, 19 RBI. Even in the count at 1-1, 1 out, bottom 6. Here's the pitch. Rolled over towards third. Diving stop by the third baseman Renwick. Across the diamond, it's in time. What a play by Jack Renwick. For the second out of the inning here in the 6th.
Oh my goodness, one of the best defensive plays we've seen all year from any team that we've seen. Jack Renwick, remarkable snag at third, getting up quickly from the ground, making the throw, and a quick 2 outs.
C.J. Funk to the plate now for Amsterdam with 2 away here in the 6th. Stallions lead at 3-0. Here's the first pitch from Stanford. He swings at the first pitch, hits it high towards right. Coming in is Kendall, still coming in, makes the catch just on the edge of the infield, and that will retire the side. A speedy 1-2-3 inning for Michael Stanford sends us to the 7th, with the Stallions still leading at 3-0. Top 7, 3-0 Stallions over Amsterdam. The Mohawks have a new pitcher on the mound. It is Isaac Brown out of Marist College, making his 10th appearance of the season. Has pitched 8 2/3 innings. He's 0-1 with a 2.07 ERA. 15 strikeouts, 5 walks, 4 hits given up for the junior. And he'll relieve Cole Patton, who went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs all earned. No walks, 7 strikeouts. And it'll be Kip Futures to lead things off for the Stallions. 3-4-5 due up. And John, it was a pretty strong effort tonight from Cole Patton, and just didn't get the run support.
Yeah, just listen, he did a pretty good job. Only gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. The Stallions capitalized. That was the biggest thing, I think, for Saugerties against Cole Patton. Didn't give up any free 90s, made Saugerties earn it. But while we get a pitching change, it's Isaac Brown. For some reason, he's actually changing his cleats. I don't know if his cleats broke that he was wearing, but he's going to the Amsterdam dugout and taking another player's cleats to wear.
While he does that, Jackson Finney, the catcher, doing some dynamic stretches behind home plate to stay loose. But also, as one of the only turf fields in the league, they do have very strict cleat rules here. You cannot wear metal spikes here. It either has to be turf shoes or molded spikes. So I don't know if that had something to do with it, but I mean, Brown pitches here, so he knows what the rules are. So he just broken.
He traded shoes with his Marist teammate in Brian Yetter. He's now headed out there to wear different shoes, which I don't know if they're the same size. They're pretty similar sized guys, but if they're a different shoe size, that can make things very difficult for a pitcher to function at a high level. He pitched, we saw him pitch a couple days ago against the Stallions. Was his second appearance against Saugerties. Went an inning, struck out 1, didn't let up any base runners. And, just 3 batters faced, but he'll have to face a tough guy to start off at Kip Futures.
So top 7, 3-0 Stallions. Futures into the box for the Stallions. 3-4-5 due up for Saugerties in the inning as they look to tack onto their lead and get some Hell's Mortal Realty Insurance runs. First pitch from Brown in the inning. Misses low and away for a ball. Counts 1-0 to Futures.
Infield shifted for Amsterdam. You could see Reiner, the first baseman, playing considerably over to his right.
Futures 0 for 2 tonight. Lined out to the third baseman Armitage his last time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Down low for a ball to Futures. Now ahead in the count, 2-0.
If he sees anything he likes, he's going for it. Aggressive guy at the plate, obviously a big bat. And he's someone who would love to make use of these short porches.
Futures ahead in the count. Brown sets above the belt. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one to the right side. Makes the count 2-1 now to Kip Futures.
You talked about it. This is a huge game with major playoff implications for the Stallions. Trying to keep pace with Jamestown. The Tarpskunks lead 3-2 in the top of the 6th over Batavia.
The count to Futures. Brown sets and deals. Up and in for a ball. Off the glove of Finney, the catcher, and gets away from him. Makes the count 3-1 now to Kip Futures.
Again, we'll quickly go over some of the scenarios. Stallions, if they win out, if they win tonight and the next 4 games, they're in, even if Jamestown wins out. If both teams lose a game, same situation. The Stallions get in. Obviously, the Stallions would love to win out, love to have Jamestown lose a couple games just to give them a nice cushion. But a couple opportunities for Saugerties to get the job done.
Here's a 3-1 to Futures. It's that one hard towards first, in and out of the glove of Reiner. Flips to the pitcher, Brown covering, not in time. Futures dives in head first safely. It'll be an infield single for not typically the speedy Kip Futures, but he was busting it hard down the line there, and he beats the pitcher Brown in the bag as the first baseman Reiner was playing way towards second and just couldn't get the ball there in time and also bounced out of his glove.
Yeah, that's the risk that you run when you shift like that, but how about Kip Futures? The head first slide at first base, that shows hustle. He is here to win, he's here to compete, and he is such a major piece of this team, has been a huge part of the Stallions' success this year, and starts this 7th inning off with an infield hit.
Brings Cade Verduzco to the plate. Verduzco 1 for 2 tonight, singled and scored back in the 2nd. Here's the pitch, upstairs for a ball from Brown. Makes the count 1-0 to Verduzco. So after falling behind 3-1 the Futures, before he got that base hit, he's now down 1-0 to Cade Verduzco. Brown checks on Futures at first. Couple steps off the bag, sets just above the belt. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Down low and inside for a ball to Verduzco, makes the count 2-0 to him.
And at least early on, Brown struggling to find the zone. And as I say that, Keith Griffin is making his way out of the Amsterdam dugout. I think this is a Mohawks team that can feel the pressure. The Stallions are out playing them. And listen, Jake, we've seen it a couple times. Even in games the Stallions have lost to Amsterdam, the Stallions have been the better team in a couple of those games. This is a series that's 7-2 Mohawks so far this season. It very easily could be 5-4. And tonight we're seeing that again. The Stallions playing good baseball. Can they finish the job? That's been what the Stallions have struggled with. They've blown some games against Amsterdam late, especially last couple games. But it's been a good start, good first 6 innings.
Yeah, these teams have played tight all year. They last played on Wednesday night. Stallions had a 4-3 lead late in the game. It was 4-4 going into the 9th. And then Amsterdam added 2 runs in the top of that frame to take a 6-4 lead, and that was what the final score held. Home plate umpire Mark Irish heads out to the mound to speed up the visit, and now Keith Griffin will head back, but not before he has a couple of words for the home plate umpire Mark Irish. See how much Irish gives him, and now Griffin heads back to the dugout. Has a couple more words to say to Irish, but back to baseball now.
I don't know what he could possibly be arguing. There's been nothing controversial that's happened.
2-0 to count to Verduzco, top 7, nothing away. Futures on first, Stallions lead at 3-0. Brown will throw back over to first. Futures dives in head first, back easily. We'll do it again at 2-0 to Cade Verduzco. Stallions looking to tack some more on here in the 7th. Brown set just above the belt. Deep breath and deals a 2-0. Outside for a ball, outside of the glove of Finney, but it sits right in front of him, makes the count 3-0 now to Cade Verduzco.
And you're taking all the way. You have Jack Renwick on deck, who's having a great game so far, hitting very well. You can put runners in first and second with no outs.
3 straight balls to start this count off to Verduzco. Brown sets and deals. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
Inside. Ball 4. Verduzco had to get out of the way of that one. He's staring down Brown as he slowly takes his time walking to first. Mark Irish steps out in front of home plate to make sure nothing escalates from that point. And that'll put the first 2 runners of the inning on for the Stallions. That'll bring Jack Renwick to the plate now, top 7. Still nothing away. Stallions lead at 3-0.
I think he has a right to be pissed off. He's been hit more than any Stallion this season, 7 times this year, and nearly got nailed in the head by Isaac Brown.
Jack Renwick to the plate, 2 for 2 tonight. A single and he homered his last time up back in the 5th. Brown is yet to retire a Stallion here in the 7th. Checks back at Futures at second, glances back again. Here's the pitch. Gets the knees for a ball, it's 0-1. You can feel the tensions, you can feel the intensity start to rise here. There's a palpable buzz within the stands right now.
Yeah. Hey, it's a competitive series. It's a rivalry. Teams have had some bad blood in the past. Hopefully we don't see anything too crazy tonight.
0-1 the count to Renwick. Brown checks back at Futures at second. Here's the pitch. Curveball just outside for a ball. Counts 1-1.
And this is another situation. You get 2 runners on to start the inning. For the Stallions, you need to get at least 1 here. Keep padding this lead. Give your pitchers room to work with on the mound as they try to finish this game off.
2 on, 1-1 count, nothing away. Brown checks back at second again. Here's the pitch. Hit foul to the right side and out of play towards the parking lot. And now down in the count 1-2 is Jack Renwick. Cade Verduzco leads off first. He walked. Kip Futures leads off second. He reached via an infield single. Infield playing Renwick the pool. The second baseman mesh shaded towards the bag. Brown set at the belt. Checks Futures. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled again, right side. We'll do it again at 1-2.
A job by Renwick to fight off a couple pitches that were in the zone. They weren't right over the heart of the plate, but they would have been called strikes. He fouls them away, making Brown work for it.
The crowd getting into it here at Shuttleworth Park. A Saturday night matchup between 2 of the top 3 teams in the PGCBL. Brown checks Futures at second. Counts 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. The first strikeout tonight for Isaac Brown here in the 7th, and it's a big first out. It'll bring Colin Mackel to the plate.
And a Marist matchup. Two guys who know each other. And Brown, the righty pitcher, and Mackel, the lefty hitter.
Colin Mackel, the lefty, steps into the batter's box. One gone here in the top of the 7th. Runners on first and second. Stallions lead at 3-0 over Amsterdam. I'm Jake Starr. He's John Gross. Thanks for joining us as the sun sets here in upstate New York. Brown working from the stretch. Toes the first base side of the rubber. Here's the first pitch. A high chopper towards second. Goes the wrong direction. Fielded by the second baseman, Mesh, who throws it over to first. It's in time. Runners advance to second and third. And Mackel is retired for the second out of the inning. The ball hit behind the pitcher's mound and then ricocheted away from Mesh, who was able to reach with his left hand, his glove hand, and snare that one and still make the play on the run.
That's another ball that was victim to this turf field. Had higher hops, took a longer time. First of all, bounced over the head of Brown. Second of all, took a longer time to get to Mesh. You couldn't get the runner at second, so instead the Stallions have two in scoring position for Jared Brown, who is fresh off of a double.
So after a Marist on Marist matchup, now we have a Brown on Brown matchup. Runners on second and third. Verduzco on second. Futures on third. 2 away. A strikeout of Renwick and a ground out by Mackel for the last 2 batters and last 2 outs for Amsterdam. Big spot here for Brown. Here's the first pitch to him. Low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Jarrett Brown 1 for 2 tonight. Doubled and scored his last time up back in the 5th. Max Morris, the catcher, awaits on deck. Counts 1-0. Brown set just below the letters, the 1-0 pitch. Brown began the swing. He held up. It doesn't matter as Mark Irish, the home plate umpire, calls that for a strike. It's 1-1. Stallions scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th to hold a 3-0 lead over Amsterdam. Brown set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Went down low for breaking pitch. And Brown fanned over. It makes the count 1-2 now with 2 outs and 2 on. And Brown can see his way out of this inning now.
Have to protect. You have Max Morris on deck, a guy who's been hitting it very well. If Brown can just find some way to reach, it would be massive in this 7th inning.
Runners on second and third. 2 outs, 1-2. Brown set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Low and away for a ball, 2-2 to Jarrett Brown.
Good take low, and keep in mind, if a ball gets out of the zone and maybe gets to the backstop, Futures is on third. He's 90 feet away from scoring. He's going to take a pretty big lead with a 2-2 count, 2 outs, not being held in the bag. Couple ways for the Stallions to score a run.
Left side of the infield straight away. Right side of the infield shaded a couple steps towards the second base bag. The outfield shaded slightly towards left. Playing Brown the pool. 2-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball, runs the count full with 2 outs.
Another really low pitch, almost dangerously low. I think a little bit lower. Could have bounced away from Jackson Finney. Instead, it's a full count with 2 outs.
Stallions looking to tack more runs on here. Brown gets the sign, he's set. 2 on, 2 outs. Payoff pitch to Brown. Down low, ball 4. Jarrett Brown wins the battle and works himself a 2-out walk. And it loads the bases now for Max Morris, the catcher for the Stallions, who has been very hot as of late, hitting .368, has 10 RBI, and he would love to add to that number right here.
Yeah, he had his catcher's gear on, taking swings to the on-deck circle, just in case Brown was retired, but he wasn't. Now the bases are loaded, and with the base knock, the Stallions can open things wide up and really keep pushing Amsterdam down further.
First 2 runners got on for the Stallions. Next 2 batters retired. Jarrett Brown walked to load the bases with 2 away. First pitch to Max Morris. Outside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1 to him. Morris is 0 for 2 tonight. Did have an RBI ground out to third back in the 5th. Up in a big spot here. Top of the 7th, Stallions lead 3-0. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. Excellent job by Finney to get in front of that one and keep it in front of him.
Man, that was close. Nearly escaped him. Futures got about a third of the way down the third baseline before wisely heading back to the back.
None of the runners being held on. Infield playing pretty much straight away. Outfield, the same can be said about them. 1-1 pitch. Down low to Morris, it's 2-1 now. And now it's a dangerous spot here for Isaac Brown, the pitcher for Amsterdam.
He's clearly trying to work low in the zone, not trying to leave anything high, and now he's going to chat with Bryce Eblin. But you can see what the strategy is for Brown and Finney. Setting up low, trying to hit low, but he just keeps missing down too low.
Max Morris in command here for the Stallions. He's up in the count, 2-1. 2 outs, top 7. Ducks full of Stallions. Here's the pitch. That one is hit, foul, down the right field line. Missed it by inches.
Oh.
Max Morris, that surely would have been a bases clearing extra base hit for the catcher out of St. Thomas, and now the count's even at 2-2.
About as close as you can get, just crept foul. That levels things 2-2. What a game, Jake. What a game. Like we said a couple nights when these two teams met, that felt like a playoff game. Tonight feels like a playoff game.
Two teams that are on a collision course for when postseason play begins next week. 2 outs, bases loaded. Here's the pitch from Brown. Upstairs for a ball, counts full. Runners will be off here.
A walk is just as good as a hit. You'd be disciplined if you're Max Morris.
Full count, 2 outs. The payoff pitch to Morris. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Isaac Brown comes up clutch when he needs to and sends down Morris for his second strikeout of the inning. No runs for the Stallions. They leave the bases loaded on a hit. We're headed to the bottom half of the 7th. Stallions still lead it 3-0. Bottom of the 7th inning, brought to you by the Jolly Cow and Lake Katrine. because everybody loves ice cream. And Lyman Institute of the Northeast climb to a successful career. Bottom 7, Stallions lead at 3-0. They stranded the bases loaded in that top half of the frame. Bryce Eblin leads things off. Michael Stanford's first pitch. A curveball that just misses upstairs. For a ball, it's 1-0.
And you get the sense that last inning, if the Stallions could have put something on the board, it might have been the finishing touches on this win. But 3 runs, plenty of baseball left to be played. Stanford and company, they're going to have to earn it.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Eblin. Swinging and missing at that one, makes the count 1-1.
And I know talking with Stanford before the game, he's been waiting a few days, waiting a little while to get back out of the mound and pitch again. He was very excited, figured his name might be called. And he's had a good couple innings so far.
Jack Walker went 4 innings of shutout baseball. Stanford 2 innings so far. This inning number 3 for him. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Down low for a ball. Makes it 2-1 as it gets away from the catcher Morris. Won't matter, obviously. Nobody on base. Eblin 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out back in the first, grounded out the second. His last time up in the 4th. Counts 2-1. Here's the pitch to Eblin. Fouls that one back. It's 2-2.
Good stuff. Again, getting a couple strikes on Eblin. And him and Walker have both been getting 2 strikes on Amsterdam batters quite a bit, putting a lot of pressure on Amsterdam to produce with 2 strikes, which they've done well. They have done well this season, to their credit, but tonight the Stallions pitchers have found a little more success.
2-2 to count to Bryce Eblin. Stanford looking to win this battle against the cleanup hitter for Amsterdam. Works from the windup, the pitch. Rolled over softly towards first. Futures fields it right along the line. A little bit of a boxing match there with Eblin, and he applies the tag to him. And that's the first out of the inning. And I'll bring Jake Reiner to the plate with 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, 2 guys who know each other well, Futures and Eblin, both from Indiana. 2 of the elite players to come out of the Hoosier State last couple of years. And a nice defensive play by Futures for the first out.
Jake Reiner to the plate, 0 for 1 tonight. He walked his last time up back in the 4th. Flew out the left his first time up in the 2nd. Stanford working quickly from the windup. First pitch hit right back to first. Future stays down on it and takes to the bag himself. Second out of the inning. Second consecutive 3U in the scorebook from Kip Futures, and it brings Kai Roberts to the plate. 2 down, bottom 7. 3-0 Stallions, no one on.
Yeah, Kip looking like a vacuum over on first. Those grounders coming towards him. He's making the plays. And way to stay down. That ball kind of died down at the end. He stayed down on it, got his glove all the way down to the turf, scooped it up, and made the easy out.
Kai Roberts to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out in the 2nd, walked back in the 4th. First pitch from Stanford. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Michael Stanford, 2 2/3 so far tonight. Has given up 1 hit. Has struck out 1. Has not walked anyone. The lone base runner he allowed was caught stealing by Max Morris. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Just misses below the knees for a ball. 2-0.
That was a pretty good frame job by Max Morris. It seemed like it did come across low, but quick reaction to get it back in the zone. Made Mark Ayers maybe think about it a little bit longer, but it's taken for ball 2.
Stanford looking to make this a quick inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Roberts. Misses for a ball, now 3-0. I don't think Stanford was necessarily happy about that second ball call.
Oh.
Saw him take a couple of extra seconds to recompose himself. You got to hope here he doesn't lose this inning because of that. He's down in the count 3-0 to Kai Roberts, the lefty. It's a righty-on-lefty matchup. Stanford works from the windup the pitch. And therefore a called strike, it's 3-1.
Stanford, if he can get this out, will have his 3rd straight 1-2-3 inning. Big momentum boost for Saugerties after being held off the board at the top of the 7th.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed by Roberts, strike number 2. And Michael Stanford has battled all the way back and has made this a full count with 2 outs, bottom 7. Stallions lead by 3. Stanford towing the third base side of the rubber, steps back to the windup. The 3-2 pitch bounces that one, ball 4. Roberts works his 2nd consecutive walk tonight. And that'll bring Hunter McLean to the plate with 2 down here in the 7th.
And he knew it. As soon as he released it, kind of danced off the mound, wasn't happy with himself. But, hey, another chance to get back at it. Just a runner on first, still 2 outs. Attack the zone, trust your defense.
Hunter McLean to the plate, 0 for 2 tonight. Reached via an error back in the second, flew out the right in the fourth. It's a righty-on-righty matchup as Stanford moves back to the stretch. Sets at the letters, here's the pitch. Swinging and fouling that one back is McLean. Makes it 0-1 to him. Good start to this at-bat for Michael Stanford.
Yeah, and able to get a strike despite the music continuing to play through the pitch, so unfazed.
Stanford looks in, gets the sign from his catcher Morris. Set again at the letters. Checks the runner at first, here's the pitch. And there for strike number 2, it's 0-2 now to Hunter McLean.
And that is hitting a spot. That is at the knees, outside corner. It is impossible to go after a pitch like that and find success. Now we're just a strike away from bringing us to the 8th. The Stallions heading on to this 3-0 advantage.
0-2 count. 2 outs, bottom 7. Michael Stanford has had 2 clean innings so far. Here's the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. It's 1-2, but a good spot from Stanford on the outside corner.
Yeah, and after going outside in the previous pitch, you figure maybe push it a little bit more outside. Maybe McLean's going to chase something. He didn't, but still a nice spot for the righty.
1-2's the count. 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Stanford. Bounces that one. Picked by the catcher Morris. Makes the count 2-2 with 2 away.
First of all, awesome play by Max Morris to block that ball. Secondly, now you have to attack the zone. You got up 0-2. You have a couple pitches to try to get McLean to chase. Now you have to go after him. You don't want another full count pressure pitch.
Bottom 7, 3-0 Stallions. Runner on first is Kai Roberts, 2 away. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, call it strike 3. Michael Stanford drops it in there. Second strikeout tonight, silences the crowd here at Shuttleworth Park, and that will do it for the 7th inning. No runs, no hits. 1 runner left on base for Amsterdam. We will head to the 8th. Stallions still lead it 3-0.
Top of the 8th, in a great game. The Stallions lead 3-0 over the Amsterdam Mohawks. John Gross alongside Jake Starr. Stallions Baseball is brought to you by Main Street Restaurant, voted the best Mexican restaurant in the Hudson Valley. Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, the Stallion strikeout sponsor. Montet Mirabelle's Restaurant, perfect for friends and family tonight and every night. Montano's Shoe Store, the best athletes who are the best from Montano's. Nacarado Insurance, over 50 years. 50 carriers, they've got you covered. PC Smith & Sons Hardware, Smith Hardware on Main Street, got a project they can help. Peak Trading, need it lifted up or tied down? Peak Trading has the supplies. Pretorius and Conrad Civil and Environmental Engineering and Land Surveying. And Richards Electric. When the lights go out, call Richards. 3-0 Stallions, top of the 8th. The Mohawks, winners of 3 in a row. The Stallions have lost consecutive games for the first time this season, as Ben Adams, the lefty out of St. John's, heads onto the mound.
This has been Adams' 12th appearance so far this season. For Amsterdam, he's 2-0, a 7.59 ERA and 10 2/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 15 hits given up.
Caden Kendall watches the first pitch tail outside. 1-0. I mentioned this is his 12th appearance, but just his second outing against Saugerties. He pitched all the way back on June 6th, received the win in 2/3 of an inning of work. The 1-0 delivery, lefty to righty, is swung on and missed, 1-1.
Adams relieves Brown, who went an inning, gave up a hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, no runs given up.
It's Caden Kendall, followed by the 10-hitter Albert Jennings, then top of the order with Josh Stevenson. 1-1, pushed foul the other way, 1-2. Saugerties scored 2 runs There's 1 run in the second, 2 runs in the fifth to take this 3-0 lead. Here we are at top 8th. The Stallions trying to keep pace with Jamestown for that all-important 2 seed and first round bye in the PGCBL playoffs. The 1-2, and it drops into the inside corner. A backwards K to start things off for Ben Adams.
Over to that Jamestown game real quick. Jamestown and Batavia all tied up at 3. Bottom of the 7th, so obviously Stallions fans pulling for Batavia, but at the same time, if you're Saugerties, you can just take care of business. You can control your own destiny here. You win out.
Yep.
You make the playoffs, you get that 2 seed.
Yeah. Stallions have 5 games left, including tonight. Jamestown has 4, including tonight. So the Stallions win all 5, and Jamestown wins all 5. The Stallions will get that 2 seed. Saugerties has already locked up a playoff spot. No concern there. It's about, do they get the first round bye, and then in the semifinals after getting that bye, are they a home team? Top 2 teams get the bye and are both at home for the semis. First pitch to Albert Jennings, spins down and outside. 1-0 would be the first home playoff game for the Stallions. Last year's Saugerties season came to an end right here at Shuttleworth. A very exciting game, but unfortunately a first-round loss for the Stallions. 1-0 is upstairs to Jennings, who is 0 for 2 tonight. Josh Stevenson in the on-deck circle, 0 for 3.
Uncharacteristic tonight for Stevenson. See if he can snap out of that his next time up. Be the 4th time through the lineup tonight for the Stallions.
Lefty, Adams rocks and deals, and the 2-0 is split foul, third base side, headed out of play, and it is. 2-1 count, 1 away, 3-0 Stallions, top of the 8th. You look back at the 7th, Saugerties with the bases loaded. They had an opportunity with the full count pitch, 2 outs, but Morris struck out swinging. They could not score any runs. Actually had first and second with no outs and could not score. 2-1 to Jennings, tails inside, 3-1 to the lefty.
Only 4 runners left on base tonight for the Stallions. They average about 8.5 per game. So they've done a pretty good job driving in runners when they get them on base. The last inning was a big missed opportunity.
3-1 to Jennings, line back to the netting, and the count is now full. So a lot on the line tonight. The Stallions trying to pick up a win against Amsterdam, snap the Mohawks' 3-game win streak, snap the Mohawks' 5-game winning streak against Saugerties this season. Most importantly, though, keep yourself in a position to get that 2 seed in the playoffs. Full count offering, 1 away from Adams. At the lefty, big leg kick down and outside, and Albert Jennings works a full count walk. He'll trot 90 feet, and we flip things bottom to top. Josh Stevenson due up.
Really good at bat there by Albert Jennings. Now we'll get back to the top of the lineup here. 4th time through. See what the Stallions can do.
Stevenson, an uncharacteristic night. He's 0 for 3, trying to extend his hit streak to 7 games. Coming off of a 1 for 3 performance last night where he scored a pair of runs. Guy who has fluctuated between 1 and 3 in this batting order. Mainly has been the leadoff guy after Gunnar Goldsmith left with an injury. First offering with Jennings leading off at first. Broken bat, slow roller down the third base side. And that barrel barely missed Ben Adams, who is way more relaxed than I would be if there was a broken bat coming right at me.
Same, and that barrel went further than the ball. The ball rolled just short of the third base bag foul, so probably about 80, 85 feet. The bat was about 5, 10 feet shy of second base. That's about 110 feet, so wow, that was impressive.
Oh, man. And Ben Adams is acting like nothing just happened. Dude, there was a bat just coming out your face.
He just wants to get back to it.
Josh Stevenson will have to get a new bat. He's I don't think he's broken too many bats this year. I know Kip Fugers. We don't keep track of this, but I'd imagine Kip Fugers has to be top 3, if not first in the PGCBL in broken bats this season.
Well, Josh Stevenson, another one there, needs a new piece of lumber. It's a nice looking one too. It's a burgundy, maroonish color for the lefty heading to LSU.
So the count is 0-1 after the broken bat foul ball by Stevenson. Jennings leads off at first. He just reached on a walk. Oh, 1 count. Again, bounced foul, first base side, and the backhand attempt by Ronnie Kelter unsuccessful. It was interesting listening to Josh Stevenson. I don't don't remember if it was you or Dylan McGlynn interviewing him after a game a couple nights ago, talked about how he's now the leadoff guy with Goldsmith leaving, and Josh Stevenson gave a lot of credit to Gunnar Goldsmith, said he gave me a lot of great advice, the approach, the mindset you have to have when you are a leadoff guy, and he's found a lot of success now at the top of the order. 0-2 count from Adams. Looks down, now home, and misses in 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, Gunnar Goldsmith is someone who's, he's been there, done that. He's done it at Washington State. He's done it here this summer in Saugerties. Stevenson, a young guy, just graduated high school. So one of those guys just coming in here to Saugerties and absorbing everything he can.
1-2. Adams pauses. Now through the windup. Stevenson the other way, out to left, and it is caught at the feet of Kai Roberts for out number 2.
Impressive catch. Not as impressive as when we saw the other night. When the guy
Not quite.
Fell down and still made the catch and right.
That was CJ Funk. That was a game-changing catch that Funk had. Would have brought home 2 runs for sure. Nonetheless, 2 outs, top 8, 3-0 Saugerties. Noah Berghammer to the plate with Albert Jennings on first. Berghammer is also 0 for 3. Look at the top 2 in this batting order. Both guys hitting above 300. Now a combined 0 for 7. Berghammer trying to buck that trend. Lefty-righty matchup. First offering taken away. 1-0 is the count. Stallions put up 1 run in the second, 2 in the fifth. That's the only scoring we've seen so far from either side. Adams, first base side of the mound, glances at Jennings. Marginal lead off at first. 1-0 home is swung through. 1-1.
Berghammer a bit in front of that off-speed pitch. Another guy surprisingly struggling tonight. Came in tonight at 345. Love to see him snap out of the little funk he's in so far.
1-1 count, 2 outs, a runner on first. 3-0 Stallions, top 8. A must-win game for Saugerties. Delivery from Adams is skied foul, first base side out of play. And Jake, close games between these two sides. Nothing new. This has been the trend for most of these matchups this season.
Absolutely. It's been nail-biter after nail-biter. And as you said, it feels like a playoff atmosphere. It felt like it on Wednesday. It feels like it again tonight.
Noah Berghammer trying to keep this 8th inning alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Jennings leads off at first. The delivery from Adams gets Berghammer swinging, and we are headed to the bottom of the 8th. The breaking ball strikes out the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 Saugerties and the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. As we enter the bottom of the 8th, Stallions baseball is brought to you by Rip Van Winkle Country Club. Bring your swing to the Rip. Saugerties Athletic Association, where having fun is what matters. Sawyer Chevrolet and Sawyer Motors. Stella Artois, distributed by Duchess Beer Distributors. Grab an ice cold Stella at the Stallions Watering Trough. Steyer's, celebrating over 50 years of keeping you on the road. Sun Common, a solar company with a purpose beyond profit. The Computer Guys. Don't get robbed by the other guys. Call the Computer Guys. The Emerson Resort. Treat yourself to a getaway at the Emerson. Ulster Federal Credit Union. Get rewarded with Ulster Federal Credit Union. And Ulster Savings, celebrating 170 years with 170 acts of kindness. A new look at the plate. Stone Meow puts the first pitch he sees in the air, third base side. Foul territory. Renwick under it. And he makes the catch. One pitch, one out, and that is much needed for Michael Stanford entering his fourth inning of work. Jake, a guy who hasn't pitched in 8 days, entering today, had pitched just a combined 5.2 innings of the season.
Yeah, we were talking to him pregame. He's been ready to pitch for about 3-4 straight days now, and every night, and then finally he gets his opportunity tonight. And John, he's run with it. Him and Jack Walker just absolutely dealing tonight for the Stallions.
3-0 Saugerties, bottom 8, first offering to Jackson Finney. Hits on the inside corner. Jackson is 1 for 1 tonight. A single and a walk. Righty-righty matchup in the bottom of the 8th. The 0-1 from Stanford is hit on a line out to shallow right. In comes Kendall, and it drops in front of him. A one-out base knock for the 9-hitter Jackson Finney, who moves to 2 for 2 in the night.
All right, for Stanford, you've worked around a couple of base runners so far tonight. So this is nothing new to him.
Nope.
You got the 10-hole hitter up in Davis Mesh. See if they have him bunt here. Highly doubted up by 3, but maybe you see if they send the runner Finney from first, the catcher from Pitt. So not the fastest guy. A lot of options here, though, but double play would be big here.
Righty-lefty, 3-0 Saugerties, bottom 8, with 1 away. And bunt is shown, then pulled back. It's taken for a ball.
Surprise, down 3-0, and with 1 out. You need more than just 1.
Stallions 5 outs away from a huge victory over Amsterdam. Finney leads off at first. 1-0, bunt not shown. Breaking ball misses away, 2-0.
Stanford knew he just missed that one. But every time he's been down tonight, he's found a way to battle back. This might be the toughest test yet for him. But he's got the 10-hole hitter up right now in Davis Mesh.
Throw back to first, not in time, and you have the always dangerous bat of Matt Shaw on deck, the best hitter in the PGCBL. He represents the tying run if Mesh can reach. It's a 2-0 count on the lefty. Finney leads off at first. From the third base side of the mound, fouled back. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike.
Big hack there from Mesh. But it gets Stanford back in this count here. Just try to get a fastball over, try to maybe bury it in on the hands. Try to get him to roll it over. Second baseman Berghammer shaded towards the bag at second. The middle is pinched in a double play depth. Hoping for a ground ball.
2 balls and a strike, 1 away. Finney on first. The pitch home from Stanford. Pop back foul, third base side. It's headed way out of play. And after issuing a pair of balls, Michael Stanford has worked his way back to a 2-2 count with 1 out. You have Matt Shaw on deck, the best hitter in the PGCBL. Have to get this out. Stanford looks home to Max Morris as Jackson Finney, after the single, leads off at first. Stallions lead 3-0, bottom 8. A 2-2 count. Stanford sets at the chest, breathes out, kicks and deals. Breaking ball fanned on. Strike 3 swinging for the second out of the 8th.
Wow. What an at-bat by Michael Stanford on the mound. Got down 2-0, came back with 3 straight strikes, pulls out the curveball for Davis Mesh, who swings and misses. Now you got Matt Shaw up, who's due. He's 0 for 3 tonight. But if you can retire him here and not have to possibly worry about seeing him for the rest of the night, that'll be big.
Absolutely would be. He's 0 for 3. First pitch bounces short. Tremendous block by Morris to keep Finney on first. Shaw flew out to right of the first, popped out to second in the third, and then to third in the 6th. It's 4-2 in the season. 1-0 count with 2 outs, 3-0 Stallions. Pitch from Stanford. It's a curveball grooved in for a strike. What a pitch.
Yeah, he's snapping that curveball confidently tonight. We'll see if he goes back to it. I don't know if he wants to if a guy in Shaw up, because if he recognizes another curveball up, he will make you pay.
Count leveled 1 apiece, 2 outs. Stanford readies, taps his left foot, fires home to Shaw. Fastball on the ground, foul, third base side. And Michael Stanford is 1 strike away from bringing us to the 9th. Trying to retire Matt Shaw for the 4th time this evening. Would be his second time doing it. A 1-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch from Stanford. Fires home. Curveball. Didn't break all too much. It's up and in. Levels things 2-2 with 2 outs.
Not a bad idea there. Now we'll see what he follows it up with. We go back to the curveball.
3-0 Saugerties lead bottom 8. Huge pitch. 2-2 count, 2 outs to Matt Shaw. The pitch, fastball, strike 3. High heat gets Shaw swinging and missing. Back-to-back strikeouts for Michael Stanford. Brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, and we head to the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. 3-0 Saugerties on the Stallions Broadcast Network. Well, Jake, it comes down to this, the 9th inning. Saugerties leads 3-0, and another pitching change for Amsterdam. They'll bring in a righty this time after Ben Adams just came in. It's Matt Gonzalez, the righty out of Barton College. A 1-0 record of the year, ERA of 6. And of Scotia, New York, but plays his college ball down in Wilson, North Carolina. And he'll have to face Kip Fugers, who is 1 for 3 tonight with an infield single as his lone hit. First pitch of the 9th inning, 3-0 Stallions, righty-righty. Fastball escapes upstairs, 1-0. 3-4-5 due up for Saugerties, Fugers, Verduzco, and Renwick. The 3 slated to hit. All 3 of whom have at least 1 hit tonight. The 1-0 spiked down, 2-0.
Great opportunity for the Stallions here to pick up some Hellsmore Toll insurance runs.
Jake, a score update from Jamestown, tied at 3, bottom of the 8th. The Stallions would love a Jamestown loss, but of course they need to take care of business tonight. 2-0 way upstairs on Fugers. And just 3 pitches, a small sample size, but Gonzalez has looked a bit out of control.
Yeah, out of control so far. If you can get the leadoff hitter on, With all the firepower the Stallions have coming to the plate, that could be big.
3-0 to Fugers, trying to reach for a second straight at bat. Pitch from Gonzalez. In at the belt. 3-1. Now Fugers a hitter. Favorable count for Kip. A 3-1 offering from Gonzalez. Rocks and delivers. And just clips the outer black. Full count. 3-0 Stallions, top 9. Leading the rival Amsterdam Mohawks. Full count to Kip Fugers to start off this inning. The pitch from Gonzalez. Sent high to right field towards the foul line. A long run for Funk, and it drops foul right in the bullpen. So Kip will get another go at it.
Yeah, the outfield playing Fugers the pool there, so not really much of a chance there for CJ Funk as he ran all the way over, probably about 150 feet to try and get to that one. Was unable to. Fugers lives to see another pitch.
He was the one who made that crazy catch in right field a couple nights ago. That saved 2 runs from coming, but couldn't quite catch up to that ball. So we'll do the full count again on Kip Fugers. Gonzalez looks home to Jackson Finney. The payoff pitch from the righty is a swinging strike 3, a fastball high out of the zone. It's out number 1 regardless.
Nice job there by Gonzalez to battle all the way back against a dangerous hitter in Fugers. Now Stallions got 4-5 up, just trying to tack another one on here. Obviously one swing of the bat could still technically win the game for Amsterdam here, so another run would be huge for Saugerties.
First offering to Cade Verduzco was a curveball that bounces short. Cade is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the 2nd, then walked in the 7th. Was nearly hit by a pitch on the 4th ball of the at-bat from Isaac Brown. 1-0 delivery from Gonzalez. Fastball tapped back, 1-1. Now the count. 3-0 Saugerties, top of the 9th. The Stallions currently a half game back of Jamestown for the 2 seed in the playoffs. That 2 seed would guarantee them a first round bye in a home game in the semifinals.
And that would just be big, you know, all the way around for the Stallions.
1-1 to Verduzco, taken right down Broadway, 1-2. The Stallions have a couple ways to get that 2 seed. If they win out the rest of the way, win tonight, the next 4 games, Jamestown can win out as well. They have 4 games left. Stallions get in. Both teams can lose the game. Stallions get in. Options for Saugerties, but it starts with a win tonight as the 1-2 curve bounces on the plate, 2-2. But just imagine that. Stallions games in and of themselves are great atmospheres. Imagine what a home playoff game will be like.
It's something we've never seen before in Saugerties.
Last year, the Stallions played a playoff game here, brought a busload of fans. More fans showed up in their own cars. It was insane. Can't wait for a home playoff game, hopefully, as Verduzco watches a fastball down and in, 3-2.
Not just that bye huge for the fact that the Stallions, you know, will get quote-unquote, you know, a weaker competition, but they get that off day, they get the safe pitching, and it's only instead of 2 wins to get to the championship, it's just 1. You add the home field advantage. There's too many pluses to having to get that.
3-2 to Verduzco, hit to left field, and that'll bounce up to the wall. Verduzco hustles around first base. He's on his horse towards second. No throw, and he slides in safely. A 1-out double by Kane Verduzco as the Stallions rolling in the 9th.
Couple hits tonight for Verduzco. Fritz should be putting him in the 4-hole tonight, and that has paid off so far for the Stallions. Stallions have a chance of just the 4th run 120 feet away. Only 1 out here. Renwick to the plate.
And Renwick has been the key cog in this offense tonight. 2 for 3. Having another great game as a hit in now 5 of his last 6 after a 2 RBI performance last night as a single and a home run tonight. Did strike out in his last at-bat. Would love to drive home Verduzco at second after that double. Just 1 out. First pitch from Gonzalez. A 3-0 Stallions lead of the 9th. Is lined to the netting, 0-1. Amsterdam has 2-3-4 due up after Matt Shaw struck out. And how big was that strikeout, Jake?
Huge. But the Stallions are not out of the woods quite yet. And we'll see who gets the 9th. It was 4 innings from Walker, 4 from Stanford so far. We'll see if Stanford gets a chance to come in and get potentially a 15-out save.
Counts at 0-1. Verduzco leads off at second. Righty-righty to Jack Renwick. Gonzalez checks back once. Now stares down Verduzco at second. Pitch home. High fastball. He did go around. 0-2.
Renwick has had a really good night. 2 for 3 at a single and had a home run in the 5th. A home run which, could be one of the biggest differences in this game. It's been a game of big hits for the Stallions. Only 5 of them. They've all come in big times.
0-2 on Renwick. Gonzalez delivers and just tucks it on the outside corner. Renwick sent down on strikes. So it comes down to Colin Mackel, who is 0 for 2 today. Did drive home run earlier on a ground out. Can he do it again?
Well, I guess you could say Colin Mackel's due. It'll be a big run here, as we said. That 4th run is so important for the Stallions. Outfield playing pretty much normal depth. Same can be said about the infield. Shortstop Eblin shading towards the bag for a little bit.
First pitch whiffed down, 0-1 on Colin Mackel, who is hitless tonight. Again, does have an RBI ground out back in the 2nd. A strikeout in the 5th. Another ground out to 2nd in the 7th. It's a righty-lefty duel. The righty Gonzalez looks back at Verduzco, who reached on a double. 3-0 Stallions, top 9 with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch as we await Gonzalez. He'll step off and look back at second. Verduzco clearly in his head a bit.
No, he definitely is. And that's important. You can get in his head a little bit, maybe find a way to get him to make a mistake here.
Mackel pops it back and falls behind 0-2. With the exception of the double allowed to Verduzco, Gonzalez has been really impressive in this night. The pair of strikeouts, including of Kip Fugers, who he threw 3 balls to start off the at-bat to. Now it's an 0-2 on Mackel with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Stallions looking for some insurance runs. Verduzco leads off at second, and again, Mackel lifts it back, and he keeps it 0-2.
Good fight by Colin Mackel. As we said, he's 0 for 3 tonight. Does have an RBI back in the 2nd, grounded out the net a run from Cade Verduzco. Would love another Mackel RBI to score Verduzco here in the 9th.
0-2 count, 2 outs. Verduzco in scoring position at second. The righty deals to the lefty Mackel. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked down by Finney for a ball. Saugerties scored 1 in the 2nd. 2 came across in the 5th. That's it. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Verduzco on second. It's Mackel at the plate. Line into right field. Bounces past the first baseman Reiner. Verduzco will head home. It's up to the wall. Mackel's into second. And the extra base king delivers once again. 4-0 Stallions. A Hell's Mortal Realty insurance run.
Well, Mackel's got 2 RBI tonight. Both times he has driven in Cade Verduzco. And a big 4th run for the Stallions. Makes it 4-0. Can make you breathe a little bit easier knowing that it's going to take a little bit more for Amsterdam to come back in this game. But hey, keep it going now. Why not get 5 here if Jarrett Brown to the plate?
The 15th hit of the season for Mackel, the 10th extra base hit, and the 8th double for the lefty out of Marish. Jarrett Brown also has a double tonight. He is 1 for 2 as the curveball floats over his head. First run for Saugerties since the 5th. 4-0. They lead Amsterdam, looking for a little bit more. 1-0 to the righty Jarrett Brown as Mackel leads off the 2nd. A little behind on it, fouls it back. 1-1. Mackel dances off second base. He's looked back by Gonzalez. 1-1 to Brown upstairs. Again, near his helmet. 2-1 with 2 outs.
Brown now ahead in the count. Got to know your pitcher spot here. Be a bit picky with it.
There is a righty up and stretching in the Stallions bullpen. Can't quite see who it is, though. 2-1 count on Brown with 2 down and a runner on second. 4-0 Stallions, top of the last. Gonzalez occupied back to second. Now comes home. Brown, a big fly to right field. Back goes Funk under it, and he made the catch. Just shy of the wall. But the Stallions do get one as they lead 4-0. An RBI double by Colin Mackle drives home Kane Verduzco, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the ninth. 4-0 Stallions on the Saugerties Stallions Broadcast Network. Bottom 9, Saugerties 3 outs away from victory, and Rich Doobie calls upon the Weber International product, Ray Rodriguez, to close things out.
Rodriguez, this is his 12th appearance of the season of 3.78 ERA, 19 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, 15 walks, 10 hits given up. 2 saves this year. This not a save situation, though, for the Stallions.
First pitch to Coker on the ground. Backhand stop at third by Renwick. Throw to first. Got him! What a toss from the hot corner by Jack Renwick. And the Stallions are a pair of outs away from a much-needed win over Amsterdam.
Not the hardest hit ball off the bat of Coker, but Renwick stayed back and stayed down on it and trusted his arm. That time was able to keep it low.
4-0 Saugerties with 1 away in the bottom of the ninth. And a score update from Jamestown, The Muck Dogs of Batavia just took a 4-3 lead. Good news for Saugerties. CJ Funk is 1 for 3 tonight. First pitch just hit him as he ducked away from it, and he will head down to first. Hit by pitch brought to you by Delvecchia and Kraft Injury Attorneys. If you've been hit, call Delvecchia and Kraft Injury Lawyers.
It's got to shake that one off if you're Ray Rodriguez. Got a 4-0 lead. Runner means nothing. Let him steal, let him do what he wants. Got to get the hitter, Evelyn, here. That's all that matters.
Just the second Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen tonight for Saugerties. 4 strong innings from Walker to start, and then an incredible 4 innings from Michael Stanford. Now it's Ray Rodriguez's game to finish up. Bryce Eblin digs in 0 for 3. Righty-lefty with 1 away in the ninth. He hits this deep out to left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it's foul. Oh.
Whew, hold your breath.
A loud and far. Strike 1. 4-0 lead for the Stallions. And that insurance run at the top of the ninth looking even more important. 0-1 on Eblin with 1 away. A double play would end it. Rodriguez breathes out, fires home, misses low, bounces away from Morris, and Funk will head into second. But still up 4-0, Jake. You don't have to worry all too much about the guy in second base.
No, it doesn't matter. Let him go to second. Let him go to third. Got to get the batter here. If you're Rodriguez, just throw strikes here. Don't need to try to blow anything by anyone.
Ball is striking it out, and a runner in scoring position in CJ Funk. It's Bryce Eblin out of Alabama at the plate. Rodriguez peers home to Morris after bouncing a pitch of the turf. 1-1 from the belts. The righty breathes out, checks back to Funk at second, kicks and deals, down and away, ball 2. Stallions a pair of outs away from claiming a victory and snapping a 2-game skid. Looking to pick up win number 25, bring him 1 win shy of the franchise record. Amsterdam 30-7, winners of 3 in a row. 2-1 count to Bryce Eblin. In there, the outside corner. Big called strike from Rodriguez.
One more from Ray.
Eblin's going to step out. Take his sweet old time at the plate. Now back into the box. Funk on second. 4-0 Stallions, bottom 9. A 2-2 count with 1 away. Pressure situation for Reiner. He'll kick, he'll fire, and he'll miss. Down and out. And full count now, Jake.
He's got to throw a strike here. Don't need to blow it by him either. If he hits it, he hits it. Up by 4. Runner doesn't matter.
Just need 2 outs. And again, time called by Eblin. Really trying to take command of this at-bat.
Can't blame him here. He's trying to just be comfortable in the box against Rodriguez.
Righty-lefty. Massive payoff pitch from Rodriguez. The 3-2 pitch with 1 away. As the righty comes home, and it's poked back foul. And ricochets right towards Keith Griffin at third. And he tried to scoop it up with his helmet, and he missed it.
Stallions looking for their 3rd win against Amsterdam this season. 2nd that would come here at Shuttleworth Park. Only 1 win at Cantine against Amsterdam this year. That was a 1-0 win last month. Game in which Andres Affont threw 6 innings of shutout baseball.
Final regular season meeting between these two sides. We'll do the 3-2 again. It's 4-0 Saugerties, 1 out, bottom 9. Rodriguez breathes out. The Stallions closer kicks and deals, and it's fouled back. What an at-bat.
If these teams meet again in the playoffs, John, you can expect the game with this level of intensity.
4-0 lead for the Stallions. They have some room to work with. Ray Rodriguez out of Weber International was the closer for the Warriors this past season. We'll do the 3-2 once more. The pitch home is outside, and that puts runners on 1st and 2nd. Back-to-back 390s issued by Ray Rodriguez. And if there's been one issue for Ray this year, at times it's been that. It's been allowing walks and hit-by pitches.
Yep. That's where you got to just find a way to maybe roll 2 here. As we said, tying run possibly sits on deck. This is a big out you want to get here if you're Rodriguez. Don't want to get another base runner on.
It's Jake Reiner, the lefty bat, to the plate. 4-0 Stallions, 1 away, bottom 9. 1st and 2nd for Amsterdam. First offering is floated in for a strike. Reiner is tied for 3rd of the PGCBL. Pardon me, he's tied for 3rd of the PGCBL with 29 RBI this season. The 5-hitter is 0 for 2 tonight. 0-1 from Rodriguez, collects himself, pitch home just outside, 1-1. Stallions lead 4-0 with 1 out, a 1-1 count and 2 on for Amsterdam, bottom 9. Rodriguez glances back to second, the pitch home, put in the air to left center field. Stevenson and Mackel converge on it. Mackel is there. Mackel makes the catch for out number 2, and the Stallions are an out away from an enormous win in Amsterdam.
Enormous indeed, and obviously, as we said, John, Stallions aren't catching Amsterdam in the Eastern standings, but they can still get that number 2 seed, the 2nd best record in the league. And this win tonight, if they can get it with 1 more out, will be huge for that.
Comes down to Kai Roberts. Is 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. He has walked twice. 1st and 2nd for the Mohawks, a 4-0 Stallions lead. Saugerties not away from shutting out Amsterdam for the 2nd time this season. Righty-lefty, it's Ray Rodriguez on the mound. His first offering, high and away to fastball for ball 1.
And Batavia added another run on the top of the 9th. It's 5-3 Muck Dogs.
And they still have the bases loaded with 2 outs, so a chance to add more. But the Stallions have to take care of business. A 1-0 delivery, 2 outs from Rodriguez. Finds the zone at an off-speed pitch, 1-1.
A big get-me-over curve there from Ray Rod. Amsterdam trying to will its fans, will its team back into this game. 1 more out from the Stallions. That's all they need.
1-1 on Roberts. Make that 1-2. Fastball over the heart of the plate. Roberts did not go after it, and the Mohawks are down to their final strike. The Stallions jockeying for playoff positioning. A rivalry matchup. Final regular season meeting between these two sides. Looking for the second shutout of the season against Amsterdam. As Rodriguez readies from the first base side of the mound. The 1-2 with 2 outs, breaks down and away. And that levels the count 2-2.
Not a bad idea going with the curveball there. So we got to come back here with a fastball. Throw your best pitch. Dare Roberts, who leads the team in strikeouts at 43, to make a play.
Stallions lead 4-0, bottom 9, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Rodriguez looks back to second, now comes home to Max Morris, swing and a miss, and Roberts is K'd up, and the Saugerties Stallions come away with a much needed victory against Amsterdam, 4-0. Jake, I don't think you could say enough about this performance, but if there's one word to sum it up, gutsy.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Great minds think alike. What a win. What a night. And, hey, what a turning point. I know it's the last week of the season, but they've lost 2 in a row. And Batavia is now up 7-3 on Jamestown. So I know it's the last week of the season, but this could be a momentum shifter for the Stallions. Things were not looking good. Looked like the wheels were going to fall off. The Stallions come out tonight and dominate. 4-0 win. And
you had to wonder, how would this team respond after dropping back-to-back games for the first time all season? They come out early. They get a run on the board in the second. They score 2 more in the 5th. An insurance run at the top of the 9th. But it was the Stallions pitching. I would say this is probably either this or the other Amsterdam shutout, the best pitching performance all season long by the Stallions. But I'd almost lead to this one because it wasn't a guy like Affont who was able to go 6 innings. It was 3 Stallions pitchers who all did their job at a very, very high level tonight.
You got 4 from Walker, 4 from Stanford, an inning from Ray Rodriguez. Walker gets the win. Someone in Walker who needed, I think, to have a good outing, and he did it. And you can look down at the Stallions dugout. They're hype. It's going to be a fun bus ride home tonight, John.
Absolutely. An enormous win. And they just announced that the Mohawks are Eastern Division champions. So what? We'll let them have it in the regular season. Come playoff time, we'll see what they think about that. Stallions win 4-0. Move to 25-11 of the season, snap a 2-game skid, and they snap Amsterdam's 3-game winning streak as the Mohawks drop to 30-8. Final regular season matchup of the season between these two sides. But do not be shocked if these two teams meet again down the road. The Stallions find themselves, if the score in Batavia, for Batavia holds, they currently lead 7-3 headed to the bottom of the 9th, in a really good spot for that 2 seed in the playoffs. Well, that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. An enormous thanks to all of you for joining us, for sticking with us throughout this night. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Glad the Stallions able to come away with the win. For my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, I'm John Gross, signing off from Shuttleworth Park. The Stallions win 4-0. This has been Saugerties Stallions Baseball on the Stallions Broadcast Network, and as always, roll ponies. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night.